right. Well, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're tuning in from, whenever you're tuning in from. Thank you so much. And we're excited to be kicking off the first Workout Wednesday live stream of 2023. Happy New Year to everyone. And let's go ahead and let's jump right into it. So we are going to be taking a look at Lorna's challenge this week. Can you use image role and dynamic zone visibility? So these were new features. These are new features for Tableaus that was released in 2022.4 for image role, and dynamic zone visibility came out a little bit earlier than that. I think it was 22.3 that came out with dynamic zone visibility. But we are excited to be kicking off a new year of challenges. This is the 7th year, I believe, for Workout Went 6 or 7. It started in 2017, so we've been around a while. And we always come up with new fun challenges. So let's go ahead. So if you've never been here before, if you're new to this is what I do every week, or try to do every week. And I'm going to try and have them around this time every single week. So Fridays in the morning is when you can expect to see these come out, or have these live streams on. And basically what it is, I have not looked at the challenge. I've seen the blog posts, and I've seen other people on Twitter and social media posting their solutions, but I have not looked very deep into this. So I'm going into this as blind as can be. And so my intent and goal here is to build this for you and kind of talk through how things, how Tableau works, why it does some of the things it does, talk about some tips and tricks within Tableau of kind of helping you learn how to use Tableau as well. So that's what we're going to do. So thanks for joining. If this is your first time, or if this is your 50th time, thanks for joining. I really appreciate it. And we'll go ahead and get started here. So we're going to build a dashboard for rugby league players, where they're looking at the number of passes that they're doing throughout a game, and then as well as all of the how far they run throughout the game, right? So that's essentially what we're doing. And then be able to select a dot. And a dot, I believe, just by looking at this, a dot is going to represent a player and game ID. So that's what each dot represents, is a player during a specific game. And then we'll be able to see some additional details. We'll see their face, so you can see a picture of them, and then all of the games that they've played in. Oh. Not quite woke up yet. So, here we go. Let's do this. What do you say? All right, let's jump into Tableau and let's start. The first thing we need to do is we need to get the data, right? So let's download this. Download CSV. There we go. Let's go into Tableau. Let's open a text file. Go to our downloads, which is down here. And there it is. Downloads. There we go. Click open. We've got all of our stuff. We're ready to go. We'll go ahead and create our extract now so that we don't forget whenever we're ready to publish. It doesn't matter where the extract is saved, because I'm going to be publishing up and I'm probably not going to be using this again. So I'll just click save. And we have this away. So, all right, let's see what we're doing here. Let's go back. Relate player stats and player position on game ID, and game ID and name to player name. Oh, are there two Are there 2 sheets? Yeah. Okay. So I need actually to download this as a Excel file, because you can see here I've got different tabs, and doing it as a CSV will only give me the one sheet, the active sheet that I'm on. So let's go here. We're going to close this data source. We'll connect to data again. We'll click Microsoft Excel. There we go. All right. So we need what is going to be first here if we think about this? What is this model going to look like? Relate player stats and player position on game ID. Game ID and name to player name. Okay, so we said player stats and player position. So we'll drag that out, player position. We'll get a noodle here, and we'll relate it on game ID. Nope. Game ID, game ID. And then, there we go. And then game ID and name to player name. Team image, do I need that? Yeah, I think I am. And then we'll do team image here. And we'll do, no. We want to, there we go. That's what I want. Team name, yep. I think that should be good. At least it'll get us started. Okay, now we'll create an extract. We don't need the, what is this? Oh, that's just the export, okay. Okay, I think we're good here. All right. Yep, we'll go here. Doesn't matter where we're saving it. Click save, click do the extract. There we go. Okay. Now we know that we have game ID and player name on rows, or on detail, right? So every dot represents a game for a player. Now what we'll do is we'll take our, which is passes on columns, nope, passes on here. Change our bars from that to circles. And then we'll do meters run. All meters. And then what is that? Oh, null. Okay. Oh, because it probably has a total here, right? So we'll exclude that. Hey, there we go. Look at that. We're already getting to what we want, right? So that kind of looks like what we like, right? So that looks good. 224 nulls. Let's filter out those nulls. We don't need nulls. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, what we're going to do is we want, how are we going to attack this, right? So basically what we need to be able to do is we need to be able to, so that does that. What are we doing with the bars? Filter to just the men's competition. Competition. Ah, there we go. And I bet that could be a data source filter. So we'll go up to data, we'll go in here, we'll edit data source filters. We'll add a data source filter for comp. We'll do rugby league only. Click OK. And that takes away a few things, right? Okay, so that's good. What do we have here? Player. Yeah, okay, so that takes that away. And we still have 84 nulls. That's fine. Let's just hide the indicator. Okay, what are we going to do now? We're going to see what she says here. Create a scatter plot. Yep, scatter plot. Okay. Create a bar chart with the player's image to show both metrics with highlight on selected game ID. Okay. The bar chart should only be visible when a mark is selected. Okay, we'll figure that out later. Okay, so what we want to do here is the next thing. So let's go ahead and create a player name, right? Yep, that's the one we got. Let's go ahead and create a set for them. We'll just leave it as all right now. Or we'll leave it as none right now. Okay, so that's a player name set. We'll go ahead and create a worksheet action to select worksheets, and we're going to do this with a set action. Set one, sheet one, and actually I want it on the sheet. Target set is player name set. Assign values to the set. We don't want to add to the set. We don't want to see multiple pictures. We only want to see one picture. And we'll remove from the set. Okay, on select. We'll call this player select. Okay. Click OK. Click OK. And then what we'll do is we'll add player name set here. As you can see, everything's gray, but when I select something, okay, yeah. So we actually do want, so let's change that worksheet action to be keep set values. What are we going to do? What does that mean? No, we're still going to remove them from the set. Yeah. Okay, but then what we need to do is we need to have, well, you can see here it changes, right? So now what we'll do, so now I have something in the set. So now what I can do is I can come over here and I can get my player. So player image here, right? So player image is that if we look at it, let's do describe. And you can see here they're URL JPEG files. So these are actually URLs that link out to a JPEG somewhere out on the internet. So what we're going to do, we're going to right click on our data type here. So where it says ABC, we're going to click on that, and then down here we'll see a new option for image role, and we can see it's none right now, but we could select URL, and when we change that, we get a new data type icon here. So now, whenever I put this on rows, you're not gonna see anything, right? Because there's too many to. Because let's see here, yeah, you're not gonna see anything, and the reason that you're not gonna see anything is, oh, there we go. So yeah, so there you go, right? So you got, so we've got some images showing up, which are good. But I don't want all the images. I just want the one image. So that's going to be our set that we created. So now I'm going to take this set and put it into filters, and you can see here that it put that person's image in there, right? So let's see what else we've got going on here, right? So player image, all right, so then we have game ID. There we go, it's getting better. And then we have passes as that, and meters as that. So then what we need to do think what I want to do now is I also need to create a another set on game ID. So we'll create set, and we'll just call it game set ID. We won't choose anything. We'll go up here to worksheet. We'll add a new action. I'm wondering if I could do this with a combined field. Like, could I create a combined field, put that on detail to create my dots, and then just create one set action, and then I'm wondering if that will work. Well, let's just continue down this path, and then maybe if we have time, depending on how fast this goes and how good it goes, we'll try that other plan. Sheet 1, still sheet 1, but now we're going to be identifying the then we're going to assign remove on select. We'll call this game ID. Click OK, click OK. So there we go there. So now whenever I click this, I should see that, and you can see, I can see in here there are other blue dots, right? And that's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to do my my game ID set. I'm going to add it to detail, and then I'm going to add it to color, and that's going to create a, and that should create a, yes. So I have in and in, which means these are all the games from this player. No, see, that's not what I want to do, because I only want it where in and in means it's the same player in the same game, and that should, okay, there's only one of those. In and out means it's the same. Okay, let's look at this. So we've created a combined set. Okay, I'm going to actually kind of go back and do this a different way, right? So we're going to go back. I'm going to figure out my, yeah, we'll do this. Oh, we'll keep that there. Yeah, we'll keep that there. But this can go away. This can go away. Yeah. 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 We'll get rid of this. We'll get rid of that. We got one dot, which is the total now of that. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do game ID and player name. And I'm going to do, actually just create a concatenated field where I'm going to say this is player game combo. And it's going to be player name plus, I like double pipe as a delimiter, plus game ID, string game ID. That's okay. And now when I take this field and I go and I put it on detail, I get the exact same thing, right? So combined fields, so concatenating two string fields together is the exact same thing as putting on, is the same thing as putting together a combined field. So multiple dimensions on a scatter plot and creating a combined field are going to get you exactly where you want. Now you can see I have in my tooltip, you can see here Mitchell Moss game 8 ran he ran 44 meters and he passed it 28 times, right? So now what I'm going to be able to do from there is I can create I'll still create my set action, and it's actually going to be on, oh, I don't have a set action yet. So let's remove that, click OK. And my set is going to be what? My set is going to be well, maybe I should have not done all this, but we'll see. Because what I want to do is, well, let's just do the parameter route. Let's do parameter actions, because I think I can do it all with parameter actions. So let's do this as player name. And it'll be a string field. We'll click OK. And then we'll create a parameter action, right? So first what we'll do is, player combo parameter. No, we'll do, okay, let's create a set here. Use all. There's my set. Create a set action. And what are we going to do here? Create a set action, and when I select my player, all right, so on sheet 1, this is going to add whatever thing I created to that. Okay. And we'll call this player combo set, player combo action. Now, then what I can do is if, there we go. So I've selected one. If combo set, then what are we going to do? We're going to split the player combo field on double pipe and we only want the first one, right? And this is going to be the selected end. And we'll do, well, this is selected player. Okay. Yeah, so now whenever I do, so if I go over here and I create, and that's going to be crazy, but if I do that, that gets me just that one guy. Well, he doesn't have, here, we'll go back to, I think it was Dylan. Nope, Dylan only has one. Oh, because, okay, yeah, see, I've screwed this up, because I'm only getting the, yep. So let's go back. See, this is the fun part, right? So this is, I feel like, and as I'm kind of going through this, right, this is where people, if I were to just show you the end result, which I could just show you, hey, here's how I did it. Here are the things that you need to do it. It doesn't really show the learning that takes place and the troubleshooting that I had to go through in order to get to the end result, right? And I feel like there's a lot of lessons to be learned in the process of learning how to troubleshoot and work your way through problems. So let's go back. Let's go what I did before. We'll create a set for this. Use all, or use none. Game ID set. Player name, create a set, an empty set, and then what we'll do is we'll again add player and game ID. Worksheet actions remove that, create a new action. It's a set value. And then, okay, yeah, I'm starting to figure this out now. So I'm starting to think through this, right? So this is going to be player name. We're going to add that player name to the set, remove values when unselected. Add another action, create, change set values. This is game ID, player position, game ID, assign, remove, unselect. Okay. Now when we select here, we have Dylan Brown. We've selected Dylan Brown. I want to show all of Dylan Brown's games. So I put that there, and that shows him all of his games. Right? I want to highlight the selected game. So I put game ID set on color. Right? And that makes sense, right? So there's that. But now what I need to do is I need to show all of his other games. Is that what we're showing? No, we're showing... What are we showing here? Let's go here. Let's select this. So Dylan Brown 63. What do we have here? So Dylan Brown, here are all of Dylan Brown's other games. Right? So here's 60, here's 8, here's 21, here's 61, there's 63, right? So the blue dot's there. Here we have, here are the other game 63s. Got it. Got it. Got it, got it, got it. Okay. Getting there, getting there. Okay, here we go. So what we want to do from here is we also want to, from here, what we can do is what? We are going to create game ID set. And so you can see you can see the blues behind, and we'll fix the highlighting later. But right now you can see there are all of the other 63 games. Then I think I had it right the first time now that I'm thinking about this, right? So there's the game ID set. Here's the player ID set. I add it to detail first, then I change it to color. And now when I select Dylan Brown 63, I should only see one in and in, and that is that player in that game ID. Right? But what is, oh, in, out. Okay, so in is other games. So now I'm just thinking, I'm looking at this color legend here. Let me move this color legend over here so that everyone can see it. So we have the first in is the game ID. The second in is the player ID. So we have in and in, selected player, selected game. Then we have selected game, other players, right? Then we have, what is his other games, same player, single player, and then everybody else, right? So that's getting there. So let's go in here and let's change these colors here. Let's see if she gave us hex codes for that. We don't. That's okay. But we can kind of get it from, we can kind of glean it from this. Okay, so we have, so we know that out and out are going to be, is going to be this gray color. So we'll go gray here and we'll go here, right? And we know that the in and in is going to be blue, and then it's going to be different shades of blue. So we'll go up here to blue. The darkest one will here. His other games are here. Here. selected game, selected player in game, selected players other games. Yeah. And then we'll do that. Let's try that. Okay. Now, just to make sure that we have this right, let's add this. And then actions. Oh yeah, I didn't do it on the data source. So this is a trick that I learned a while back. I believe Rosario is the one that kind of showed this to us. It was a while ago. But if you have created actions on worksheets and you want to create and you want to transfer those same worksheet actions to your dashboard, you don't need to, and I did this for so long, I recreated dashboard actions that were already worksheet actions. And you don't need to do that. Because, as you can see here, the worksheet actions are showing up in the dashboard actions. So what you can do, so this is a worksheet action right now because the source sheet is only sheet 1. But if we change the source sheet to the data source and then select sheet 1, then it'll work on both dashboards and on worksheets, which is awesome. So that's what we're going to do there. So we'll do that. All right. So now when we select this, everything goes away because we haven't selected anything, which is good. That's what we want. When we select again, we'll try and get them again. Okay, so now we need to work on right? So it does this automatic highlight thing. So here's another trick to getting rid of the auto highlight. We're going to create 2 fields. True. Can you guess what the other one is? False. I'm going to take both of those fields. I'm going to take both of those calculated fields, and I'm going to add them to detail of our sheet. I'm also going to go in here and we don't need them in the tooltip. What else don't we know? We don't need this in the tooltip. We don't need this in the tooltip. So the only thing that should be in the tooltip are, I think it's just the game. Yeah. So we don't even need this. Include the tooltip. So we have player name and the game ID, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my dashboard, and this is where things get weird. And we think it's nobody knows exactly why this works, what I'm about to show you, but it does. So we just go with it. But we're going to go to dashboard. We're going to go to actions. We're going to create a new action. It's going to be a filter action on sheet 1 as our source sheet from the dashboard, but our target sheet is going to be the actual sheet, not the dashboard on the sheet. On select, and then we're going to do selected fields, show all values when we clear the selection. We're going to do selected fields, and the fields that we're going to do are the true and the source field is true, the target field is false. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, why is this working? Why is this going to work? Well, what we're doing, so I'll show you. Now, whenever I select, you can see we had a bunch of stuff show up, but I didn't get the highlight. Why not? Well, what we told Tableau is only filter this worksheet where true equals false. And true will never equal false. Therefore, the filter action does nothing. But because we're using other actions, set actions in this case, we still get that action to take place. So Pretty cool. So anyway, so here we have this. So now what we need to do is we need to do game ID, which is his other game. And then let me think about this. What are we doing? Because we don't want all... Oh, yeah. Okay. So then we'll just duplicate this player name set. We'll add that to size. And we're going to reverse the size. And we want that to be a little bigger. We don't want to, you know... Let's see what that looks like. No. There we go. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that looks pretty good. You can see where his other games are. They're kind of popping out there. Okay. So there are his other games. Here are the other players in those games. There are the, and I think that's it, right? Are we doing everything? Is that it? Did we just finish it all? I think we did. Let's get rid of that. Well, we did that part, right? So now what we need to do, but how do we deselect it? How do we clear the selection? That's interesting. Because by doing the filter action that I just did to get rid of the highlighting, that now no longer allows us to deselect, right? So when I don't have anything selected, what? That's interesting. How did we do that? Sneaky, sneaky. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if this is necessarily sneaky, but I believe there is... look at that. That's pretty slick there. So let me finish this and I'll show you what it's doing. And I think we want... No, because that doesn't show us... What if... This is here. Nope. Oh, maybe... Are we isolating? So if we go back here, change this to a shape, and we do that. So that gives us... Let's go back. Let's not do this as a dual axis. Okay. So I wonder if there's a way, if we could just isolate selected passes and use that as, so if we could just have one ring right here, that would be kind of the border. Because if I look at this, I can see there's kind of a border around here, right? And that stays highlighted, but everything else doesn't. And then whenever I deselect it, you can see that ring kind of go away. And then it clears the dashboard. So I wonder if there's a way that I could, let's work on doing that. So let's do if player set and game set, then passes. Here we go, game IT set. Okay, so let's do that and let's see where this puts it. I should see game ID. I should see it right here, right? I should see one circle, and then once we, yeah, look at that, hot diggity dog. Okay, so let's get rid of this. Let's change this to an open circle. What happened? There. That was weird. What? Synchronize. No, because it's still there. It's still highlighting. Okay. Okay, that's really strange. Let's see what she did. Okay, highlight. We have a field called highlight in here. Let's see if she can, let's see if I did this. Nope, okay. Highlight, what is highlight? F. Okay. Let's see. Dashboard actions. What is this? Okay. Highlight on the worksheet. Scatter, scatter. Selected fields highlight. Okay. Okay, let's try that. So let's get that rid of. Let's get rid of that. And we also don't need this. but we can just we'll just use this one, right? And then we'll do dashboard actions, remove action, highlight, on select, sheet 1, selected, only on true. Huh. How about that? That's pretty cool. I don't think I knew of that way to do it. But yeah, that works. That's pretty cool. Neato. All right, so the next thing we need to do is we need to figure out the dynamic zone visibility, right? So we've got that working. It's working the way that we want it to. So whenever you hear, so now dynamic zone visibility, the way that you want to do that is dynamic zone visibility works on containers, right? And it can be, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up well, first off, I'm going to do a vertical container. Let's add some padding. All right, let's start to set up our dashboard. You don't do any dashboard without adding padding, a significant amount of padding. I like 20, anywhere between 15 and 25 is good. It's a good start. Now we're gonna add a dashboard title. Then from there, we'll always add in a blank from there. Then what you can do is add in a horizontal, right? And then within the horizontal will be and actually I don't even think I need it because dynamic zone visibility works on sheets or containers. Really any object. Any object on a dashboard can be controlled with dynamic zone visibility. And you can see that here, right? So now we'll do that here. We'll remove this, add in, nope, we won't do that. We'll select Brandon Smith. There's Brandon Smith's stats. Why is that dithered? Not dithered there, but it's dithered there. Is it because, do I need to put true here? There we go. Get rid of that, get rid of this now, and there we go. When I deselect something, it gets rid of everything. We can get rid of this container here. Select good old Dylan again, and there we go. And there we go. So there you go. So that was a really cool challenge. Really enjoyed that, and we learned a little bit about set actions. We learned about the differences between sets. We tried our routes during going the combined field route. That didn't work, but that's okay, right? That's why these workouts are enjoyable, is because you get to try things that you think will work, and then if they don't, you go a different route and figure out something that does work. So. And then whenever you deselect something, everything goes back to normal. So, awesome. Yeah. So now I just got to finish up formatting, finish up tooltips. That's pretty simple, straightforward stuff. And yeah. So, with that, I think we can put nope. Where are we at? Here we go. Hey, sorry about that. With that, we'll put a bow on this first Workout Wednesday of 2023. That was awesome. I learned a few things. I learned that new highlighting trick, and it was a good time. So, thank you so much. Oh, real quick before you go, don't forget to nominate Tableau Visionaries. So Tableau Visionary nominations are open right now. Tableau Visionaries are nominated by the community and selected by the folks at Tableau. So if you know of anyone in the community, in the data fam, who contributes excellent resources and teachings and really inspires you to do fun things, please nominate them. Please, I am also a big advocator in you have to advocate for yourself. So if you feel like you should be recognized and want to be recognized, there is no shame in nominating yourself. So definitely do that if you're interested, but definitely think of those in the community who make you better and teach you things and inspire you to do great things in Tableau. So with that, thank you so much. We'll be back next week around the same time. It'll be fun. We'll have a good time. So thank you. Appreciate it. And go forth and viz.